Hello everyone, MCZX the Prince here of the Smart Kingdom, and you're tuned into another episode of Brand Warfare where I pit Raw versus SmackDown, and we ultimately decide which one wins this week. Does it matter? No. Is it for our personal enjoyment? Yes. You know why? Because it's fun, and I appreciate you all for being here because we got 13 subscribers. Not bad. Not bad. I didn't think we'd get 5 subscribers, but we got 13. And that's only the beginning. This is just the embryo of this channel. It's going to grow into something much bigger. Trust me, I see it. I see it. Man. Thank you for subscribing. Please share with your friends, man. Let's make this thing grow even more. I love y'all so much for subscribing. Thank you. Also, this is going to be a bit of a different episode. I'm not going to get completely angry because I've noticed a lot of people get super angry at Raw or SmackDown for trying something new or doing something that should be reserved for a bigger event. And people get so angry to the point where I think they're going to have a blood vessel burst or have an aneurysm over it. And I don't see the point of doing that when you could potentially lose your health care because, rich people conspiring against you, blah, 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 blah. You know what's going on in the news. I think we need to make pro wrestling fun again. Let's just report and have fun, man. We're all doing this for fun because we're fans and we're all passionate. And I get it. But a lot of us just need to relax, man. Relax. It's going to be over. You'll be reporting on a new thing next week. It don't make no sense to be getting so angry about what happened this week or the week after that or the next week, man. It's better off to just let it go, let it roll off your back, state your opinions on it, and keep it moving. And that's what we're going to do on this channel because it makes no sense to get so angry that we sound like we're just bitter old wrestling fans when we're much better than that. We're intelligent, smarts, who knows some of the business, but we ain't in the business. But we know how some of this stuff works. So, let's get to Raw. Raw's opening segment was a typical segment. All 3 contenders for the Universal title came out, and they staked their claim at why they should face Brock Lesnar. Now, little funny note, Roman Reigns, I'm not the biggest fan of Roman Reigns. Everyone knows that. Don't like him that much. But he did have a funny moment when he said, "Man, shut up." And he made Brock eat a fist to the face, which led to this huge brawl. And it was freaking awesome. I can't deny it. It was awesome. That was such a great opening segment. Braun got choked. He got speared. But none of it freaking mattered. Because Braun stood tall. It's like you can't stop the monster among men. Did you know Braun even killed a guy? He really did. Probably was a local wrestler dressed up as a security guard, but he threw that guy over the rope and he landed on his side. I think Braun killed a guy. He needs to lay low for a little while. Seriously, because that was a bad bump. I hope that guy felt better the next day. The next match we have Elias Sampson versus Finn Balor. This is the 3rd installment of their match, the blow-off and final match of a feud that was dead on arrival when it started because it just wasn't interesting. It started because Balor interrupted Elias Sampson. By the way, I want an Elias Sampson album featuring Aiden English. They are both talented, but they constantly get interrupted before they even get to show off the talent. So, it'd be cool to see them make a little EP or something that we could buy. I'd support it. I think that'd be pretty cool. What if it's an EP though, and they just keep getting interrupted on the EP? Like skits would happen right in between the songs. Aiden to start singing, and someone to come through. Oh, sorry, we're not recording. It would be great. WWE make that happen. That's just an idea that a lot of people will support. Let's talk about the match. The match was a very tame no DQ match, to be honest. I get we're in the PG era, and I understand we need to protect the workers, but I do miss chair shots to the head. They're banned for good reason, to prevent concussions and brain damage, and, of course, protect the guys. But I miss them in no DQ matches. They just had a good oomph to them, and now you don't get that anymore. You get all these shots to the back, and I'm sure those hurt too, but It's just something about hitting someone in the head with a chair. Maybe that's from me growing up in the Attitude Era. It just seemed like the exclamation point on not liking a person it's like, why we have to have an ODQ match so I can hit you in the head with this chair. And we don't get that anymore. Corey Graves had a decent line with revenge is just too sweet. I'm like, stop it. But the match ends when Bray Wyatt interferes, hits Balor with the Sister Abigail, and Samson gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. Balor versus Wyatt is confirmed for SummerSlam. Trust me, it's confirmed. The Demon King's coming back. Now, what followed after this was the Hardys and Bayley doing an ad for the pretzel dog at Sonic. Sonic was heavy in this show this week. Super heavy. And man, it was bad. The Hardys were teasing that they're so glad to be broken, like Jeff was about to say broken, and it's Bayley's was pretzel dogs. And I'm like, oh no, they really went through with this. It was just awful. In my opinion, it was bad. It's funny, but it was bad. Like, we didn't need that. After that, they rolled a video package about the Jason Jordan deal. As you all know, Jason Jordan is Kurt Angle's kayfabe son. That's cute. Kurt Angle still can't say WWE. Kurt, it's WWE, not WWE. I shouldn't laugh at that because that's probably not a good thing to laugh at. Anyway, he's talking about how proud he's going to be to see his son wrestle for the first time. And then Emma comes in, and she says she needs to be recognized on the show, so maybe she'll start dating Jason Jordan. So what does Kurt do? He sets her up with a match versus Nia Jax. You know what that means? It's a squash match. And we cut from that to an Enzo and Big Show segment. Enzo says, screw a plan. I'm going to beat up Big Cass. Good luck with that. Come back from commercial. Next match, Enzo and Cass. And it was exactly the same as the Great Balls of Fire match. Nothing different happened. Except this time Big Show came down to save Enzo from another beatdown. Cass held Enzo up like a hostage. You know, like in the action movies where the crazy dude's going to break the hostage's neck. That's how he was holding him up. But I'm like, this is wrestling. So we all know he's just using them as bait. Push you into him and get this boot. And that's what happened. Cass dropped 5 Empire elbows on Big Show like he was running drills. I want to say Cass has solo potential, but I'm not seeing it right now. It's just like he's taking up space. It was a crap match. Once again, not the best match, but dead crowds don't make matches fun. If the crowd's dead, then the match is probably not that good. Bliss cuts a promo on Sasha versus Bayley, and it was a pretty great promo by Alexa. All she was doing was pitting both of them against each other. So if Sasha wins, just proves once again how selfish she is and how a terrible best friend she is to Bayley. And if Bayley wins, Bayley's like a little girl. She can't win without Sasha anyway. Blah, blah, blah. She's just trying to separate the two and cause some tension. I did enjoy that. Now we have the next squash match. Or the first squash match. No, Enzo and Cass was a squash match. So it's the next squash match. Nia versus Emma. And Emma got the jobber entrance. Such disrespect. So much disrespect. And Nia won with a flipping senton. Fun fact, you can watch the entire match on Instagram. I think it's on The Rock's Instagram or his Twitter page. The entire match is about 45 seconds. It's sad, man. It's sad. Emma did so much in NXT, and to see her getting treated like this, it baffles me. Why is she even on Raw? She should be on SmackDown where she can actually get booked. At least all 6 women on SmackDown get on TV every week. It's never just, oh, here's Bayley, Sasha, Alexa, and Nia. Sorry, everyone else back there. They have Mickie James, for Christ's sake, and she's not doing anything. Someone get the shovel and bury Emma for good. I don't see anything happening for her if she stays on Raw. She needs to either go back to NXT and dominate there, or go to SmackDown Live and get treated with some freaking respect. Then we have another segment. Big surprise. Tozawa is talking about getting a match set up with Arya Daivari, and the crowd, just like me and a lot of the members of the IWC, we don't care. We were in the back and we don't care. Titus says he got the match canceled because Tozawa has a bad shoulder and he cannot see his investment get hurt. Tozawa's like, F that, I'm going to the ring, which was pretty funny. They're just going back and forth. You don't care about me. Oh, Todd, you can't do that. Oh no, I'm going. I don't need your help. And they were late with Tozawa's music once he got to the ramp. And Tozawa sat in the ring, says he wants the match. Titus says it's not going to happen. So what does he do? Hit Titus in the face with a couple forearms. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Tozawa versus Titus is going to happen. It didn't. Tozawa's English is a bit better than Shinsuke's, I've noticed. But that's just a side note. Tozawa demanded Daivari, and he gets Neville instead, which made me laugh. Neville comes out and gloats, and says Tozawa's just a shell of himself, so Tozawa attacks the crap out of Neville, hits the senton instead of that German suplex. Oh, a sick German suplex, which led to Daivari coming out and attacking Tozawa with a fake Rainmaker. Now, by him doing that, Daivari got a match with Neville on 205 Live. I didn't watch, but I didn't see how that made sense. You didn't attack Neville, you attacked Tozawa, so now you get a match with the champ. Wonderful, I guess. Okay, here comes another segment. There's so many segments. Here's another segment. Bayley and Sasha, they're reaffirming their friendship. They're basically stating that we're still best friends, despite this match, and nothing's going to come between us. Sasha's like, I'm winning, and Bayley's like, no, me, dude. And then, may the best woman win, which Sasha said, no, the best woman will win. Sure. And you know what came after this? Another segment, a Jason Jordan segment. JJ's grateful, and all eyes are on him, blah, 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 son-father talk. And he says, wild dreams are going to cut Drew. Wild dreams are going to come through, yeah. They want to come through, see me suplex you. Q Santana, I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have did that. That song is very overplayed. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have a segment. So this is 3 segments, back to back to back. No wonder why the Cruiserweights don't get any time. We're so devoted on these segments. It's a tag team match, blah, blah, blah. Seth is trying to make amends with Dean. He doesn't care because, Dean is laid back and interviews are not a strong suit. And especially forgiving people. Ambrose says Seth has to worry about 3 guys while he has to worry about 4. Implying that Seth is going to turn on him once again. When we all know Dean's going to be the one turning this time. Raw is pushing the pretzel dog super hard. So after another advertisement, we get Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Cole always says when Sasha Banks comes out, it's boss time! Little Miss Bliss comes out to do the guest commentary like a good champion should. So, let me just tell you right now, this match did not amount to anything Sasha and Bayley did in NXT. You can forget them topping that right now. Especially on free TV. It's not going to happen. They just don't have enough time. I think this match was maybe 10 minutes at tops. They need at least 30 to 35 to do the stuff they did in NXT. So don't try to compare the two. The match wasn't bad, though. It was okay. Bayley won after she reversed a pin from Sasha. And she's going to face Alexa at SummerSlam. Now, hopefully, this gives us the Sasha heel turn we deserve. I don't know that, though. But it seems like all signs are going to point to that at SummerSlam. Alexa comes in the ring and she just holds up the belt. And I'm expecting Bayley to, punch her or do something. Bayley does nothing again. Nothing again. She's all in her face with the belt, just holding it. And Bayley does not one thing. Sometimes I wonder why I'm watching the show. Here's another segment. Kurt Hawkins says, I don't care. And neither do I. He says he's going to punch Jason Jordan in the mouth and do something about it. Great. Next match, Jason Jordan versus Kurt Hawkins. It's another squash match. There's no new theme music for Jason Jordan, but he does have a new finisher. It's like a back suplex neck breaker, which is kind of cool. Jason Jordan wins in the end. Ha. Revival has an in-ring segment, so it's another segment. It's forgettable gloating about what they did to the Hardys. Guess who comes out? Gallows and Anderson. And they cut this face promo. So I don't know if Gallows and Anderson just turned face, but I guess they did. And Michael Cole said Gallows and Anderson are young. And I'm not trying to diss them or anything, but they're far from young. It's a lie, Cole. Club versus Revival ensues. FTR, you know what that means, and it doesn't mean Forever the Revival. You know what I'm talking about. Revival wins, clearly. The Hardys come down for a post-match beatdown. I think we're getting a multi-tag match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Maybe at SummerSlam, maybe a Fatal 4-Way or a Triple Threat. Another segment. I'm counting 10 segments so far on this one show. I'm not even paying attention to what Miz said. Something Hollywood and how reboots happen and whatever. This is the main event for next week. They show a triple threat match where it's going to be Strowman, Roman, and Joe. And also Wale's here. I wish he was hosting the rap battle and not Too Sweet and everyone in the crowd. In the main event, Ambrose and Rollins versus Miz Taraj. Guys, I kind of opted out after the Miz segment. I just couldn't take it. I'm like, oh God, this Raw. What is this? What is this? Last week was okay. What is this week all about? I quit midway through the match. I hate when Raw has a fire opening segment, but the rest of the show is a Toru Yano shrug. By the way, Ambrose and Rollins won, and Rollins went for the Shield gimmick, and Ambrose left him hanging, as he should, because I wouldn't trust him either. And that's the end of Raw. Whoop-de-freaking-do. On to SmackDown Live. So the show kicks off with a Kevin Owens promo about the U.S. title, because that's a Kevin Owens thing to do. KO says this just feels right, and he goes on to tell everyone he's going to be reinstating the KO Open Challenge, but it's going to be next week. What a dick. AJ Styles comes out, says he's invoking his rematch clause for the U.S. Championship tonight, and guess who's back? Back again from a successful tour that's still going on. Y2J, baby! It's the return of Jericho! Welcome back, man! Y2J is back. And I popped. I do not see how anyone could be mad at Y2J coming back. Why would you be upset? Even if it's for a little while. The guy has multiple gigs going on. Just be happy he's back for a couple matches. I don't get that. Anyway, AJ was trying to tell him, things have changed. And Y2J says, you want to know what happens the last time someone interrupted Y2J? He put someone in the walls of Jericho on aisle 7. I popped for that because that was funny. If you didn't know what's coming next, AJ made the list. So Shane comes out when Kevin is trying to leave. He hits the "What's up, Richmond?" his trademark. And he makes a triple threat match for the United States Championship, the main event tonight. Amazing. So, after we go to commercial, we come back. Corbin versus Nakamura is going on again. I'm not liking this. This Corbin versus Nakamura feud is reminding me of Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin, which just wasn't working. It didn't feel like a actual feud. The bookers are not going to make me hate Nakamura, but they will make me hate the way he's being booked for now. But I do love the camera angles on his entrance. The ring announcer didn't say anything during Nakamura's entrance. And, of course, he announces Corbin as Mr. Money in the Bank. I wonder why he was so quiet for Nakamura. The match wasn't pretty bad, though. The rematch was better than the match they put on at Battleground. I don't understand why that happens with every Shinsuke feud. It's like the match he had with Dolph Ziggler at No Mercy, I think that was the one, was But the rematch on SmackDown, wonderful. It's the same thing with Baron Corbin. I don't get that. His match is always better on free TV. I just hope the feud's over. Probably isn't. We'll get to why I think it's not. There's an ad about Jinder Mahal demanding an opponent. You see, it's an ad, not a segment where we go backstage and we have to see what Jinder thinks about not having an opponent for SummerSlam. You know who it is, though. First backstage segment, Natty says she's going to restore order. She says Naomi disrespected the belt by turning it into a toy. Naomi says the belt is the future, and the Women's Revolution is about the future, and she's going to be blinded by the glow. Carmella comes in and says she's looking towards the future, tapping the briefcase. So she's always going to be in the background, just lurking. If the Natty-Naomi match ends and Naomi looks like she can't do another match, I think Carmella's going to cash in at SummerSlam. Charlotte and Becky versus Lana and Tamina follow that. segment, Charlotte and Becky wrestled circles around Lana and Tamina. Crowd kept chanting Lana couldn't wrestle, and they were correct. I also wish Tamina's music would change, because every time I hear her theme, I think of a wild Amazonian woman, not some bodyguard. And the match was just, it's forgettable, to be honest, because the dance partners, Charlotte and Becky, like I said before, they wrestled circles around those two. I think Tamina missed a kick like miles away. She's like absolutely missed Charlotte's face and got thrown out, and Charlotte hit Lana with the test big boot and won the match. So after the match, here's where it gets interesting. Tamina just starts yelling at Lana for not doing better. And the whole time, Lana looked like she was trying not to laugh instead of looking confused or hurt at what Tamina's saying. Like, if you look at it, it looks like she looks like she's laughing, but then she goes back to serious face, but then she starts to laugh again. It was funny. I don't get what it's about, but there you go. Next, Jinder Mahal is demanding a SummerSlam opponent, and then begins to speak to his people in Punjabi. And then the trumpets hit. You know what that means. No, I'm not going to do that to your ears. Just John Cena. So John doesn't go pro-America like I thought he would, but he's going to go out as a 17-time champ. Memorable line, "It was nice meeting you. You can't see me." Hit the trumpets, and he walks away. So I'm thinking we're all in the clear. Here's where the controversy starts. Daniel Bryan comes out and says another man deserves a shot at Jinder. And I'm like, don't do it, Daniel, please. Don't do it, because I think I know what you're talking about. Daniel announces next week a dream match. John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura. For the free. Now, I notice a lot of people on the internet are up in arms about this. Some of y'all are okay with it, and some of y'all are so upset that you're just throwing TVs and you're just cursing everything, and you're mad that this is happening. I get that. I get it. At first, I'm like, this shouldn't be on TV for free. This is a main event for any pay-per-view. Name one, I can put this match there. That's the main event. Doesn't even need to be for a title. That's the main event. Every single time. At the same time, though, you got to remember this is a TV show. They're entertaining people. And when you have a partnership with a company like USA, you do need to make sure the ratings are up. So I guess this match is nothing more than a ratings pool for SmackDown Live to automatically beat Raw next week. This is going to boost their ratings to the point, because who doesn't want to see John Cena take on this, air quote, new guy named Shinsuke Nakamura with so much charisma? This would be insane. I would want this match at SummerSlam. That's just me. It'd be nice to see it at SummerSlam, not at freaking SmackDown Live. I would like to see it at SummerSlam or the Royal Rumble. And there's still time for this match to not happen. So everyone who's freaking out, calm down. There could be something like Baron Corbin attacks Shinsuke Nakamura in the back, and he lays him out. But we still need to have a match. Cena versus Baron Corbin instead of Shinsuke versus Cena. I think Baron Corbin's going to have something to do with this entire match. He'll ruin this match. It won't be a clean finish next week. Either Shinsuke's getting taken out backstage, or we're going to have this match, and Baron Corbin's going to interfere, causing Nakamura to lose, or he's going to attack Cena and Shinsuke. So calm down, people. Calm down. I'm excited because I know it's going to be a good match, and Shinsuke's been wanting this match. I've kind of wanted to see the match. Let's just let it play out. Please, please, please. We have a KO and Shane backstage segment. They just say they don't like each other. Shane just cares about the United States title being on SmackDown Live. And KO's like, if you wasn't the GM, I wouldn't give a damn about you. Blah, 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 blah. Aiden English sings and isn't interrupted for once, which is... What? He's not interrupted? He says he's joined by the power of love, and this led to a tag team match where Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger took on Aiden English and Mike Kanellis. And it's weird seeing Aiden English in a tag match without Simon Gotch. This is just me. Match was pretty great. Sami and Ty won, obviously, in a decent match. So the New Day was supposed to have a celebration, and you know how we do the whatever city we're in! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your two-time champs and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is! And What happened? Oh, no. The Usos come out and they beat the crap out of those boys. And they laid all three members out by themselves without Roman Reigns, which would be perfect for this, so he can embrace the hate and join his cousins. But Uso Penitentiary has been activated. There ain't gonna be no fun till they get them titles back, son. No fun. No fun. And there was no fashion files this week. Shame on you, SmackDown. Shame on you. Shame on you. You know how much I love the fashion files. How could you cut that away from me? How mean. Then we get this awesome main event. Triple threat for the United States Championship. AJ, Y2J, KO, United States title. Let's go. Talk about putting on a show. That match alone was better than Raw. That match was so freaking good. It had amazing sequences. It had dope spots like the Calf Killer Lion Salt spot. That crazy sequence where everyone just laid out and got laid out. It was great. It was great. The end of the match is Jericho gets hit with the pop-up powerbomb. He kicks out at 2. So KO hits what I saw someone call it the deep fry flow, which is a frog splash. You guys are rude for making weight jokes, but whatever. I get it. KO covers him after the frog splash. 1, 2. AJ comes and throws KO out the ring. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is the new United States champion again. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, 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 potato. Is what's happening with this belt. Can't complain because you don't want to do Shinsuke versus AJ at SummerSlam. I don't want to see it. That's a WrestleMania match, like I've said before. If that can prolong that from happening, let's keep this going. KO's pissed and he demands he has his rematch next week. Invokes the rematch clause. So next week you're getting AJ versus KO for the United States Championship again. And you're getting Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Holy. We need a winner for this week's brand warfare. And I think I'm obviously going to pick SmackDown. Because SmackDown was great. I didn't have 10 segments and 6 matches. Had way more matches than segments. And the segments they did made sense. It wasn't just, hey, let's watch two friends talk backstage. I don't understand why Raw devotes all this time to segments when they can have better matches by giving them more time. You should have like maybe 6 segments at top. We don't need to see every little intricate thing that goes on between all these groups. I get it's more character driven, but it needs more time for some matches. This is why people complain about Raw all the freaking time. It's getting booked properly, don't get me wrong, for some people. But at the same time, it's kind of unnecessary. You can chop a lot of those segments out to have a much shorter show. I get you have 3 hours to fill, but come on, man. You can put more time in your matches. Devote that. The official score is now Raw 4, SmackDown 7, 1 draw. That's that. You know what's next. It's plugs time. Plugs. 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 So, everything's in the description. Follow us on Twitter at The Smart Kingdom. You know where to find us. It ain't hard. Everything else is down there in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends. I'm MCZX. You know me. I'm your friend. I like you. You're cool. Let's continue to have fun watching wrestling. And let's not get so serious all the time. Gosh, life's too short for all of that. See you later. We're going to do it again next week. Bye-bye.